Hey, 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 Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. Well, your girl Renae and I are back, and we're talking about relationships. We're all over the place, but the theme is relationships, and we are cheering on women because we love you. So watch and enjoy. I remember I had a dream once because I used to be a singer and I come from a musical family, blah, blah, blah. And so I had this
Mhm.
dream once that in the dream I was like, oh, I get it. You only need to be able to sing 40% well. The other
Mhm.
60% is auto tune. Girl, I woke up, I was like, I can do that. No, Angela, you
Yeah,
can't do it. But that
yeah,
is, it's just this
yeah, and it's
fake,
disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
disgraceful.
Now you have to look a certain way in order to be, entertainment, and I think that's sad because you want women to go out here and show everything they got, but then you wanna criticize them every chance you get. Cardi B got so much criticism for showing her behind and doing all this twerking, saying all these nasty lyrics. You don't want her on the specials, you wanna move from the award shows, you wanna remove her from getting anything, but you allowed her to get into the position to be on screen to do it. You
That's
you
right.
you're It's like you sabotage her. You put her there and say, "Okay, now
Mhm,
do your thing. This is good
mhm,
entertainment," but then you won't
mhm.
give her what she deserves for doing what you wanted her to do, whether wrong or right, but you're still gonna make her look trashy because that's what they want black people
Mhm.
to look like. They never want us to look like somebody who is complete, or that
Correct.
has something going for themselves, you know?
And I need to my, cousin Rosalind's real good about, watching Black television and letting me know what I need to watch, and I remember I was at her house years ago,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Oh, you need to watch this show with me." Imma get it wrong. Married to Medicine?
Yeah, Married to Medicine. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I'm like, "Oh, this is great," female doctors, Black female doctors, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch it again because it's funny, I was reading something the other day or ran across something that said this reality show is one of the best, so I'm like, "Well, I gotta watch it then." And
Mhm.
I see Renae seems like she's not really vibing with what I said, the shades are doing something. Renae, hit it,
Mhm.
girl.
All I'm saying with Married to Medicine is this: now I have lost my faith in anybody in this profession, especially my black people, because when you got women that's saying, "I'm coming on here, Imma talk about my profession and what I do," it's beginning to look a little bit ratchet, okay? Because you yourself, you are in a group of doctors, medical all types of medical professionals, but you got psychiatrists in this show who he's done got a divorce. We see him arguing with his spouse, being abusive, driving off in his car like a mad person, but this is the person that people go to write scripts? I'm confused. You got gynecologists, women here on gynecologists who their marriages are going down the drain at this point. Their husbands out here having all these different affairs. This is not positive. And then you got these women who are saying they're working too much and they're the breadwinner and they have to do this and this and that and they're not being appreciated. But then you get in a group of women and you guys are arguing about simple things that doesn't even really make sense. And then you want us to come to your practice and you want us to be your patient. Heavenly, nothing wrong with Heavenly. She's a dentist. But when you're criticizing the people on the show saying your breath stink and you need to come see me to get your teeth cleaned and this, and that, do you honestly think that somebody's gonna feel safe enough to go to Heavenly to get their teeth cleaned?
Okay, so
I don't get it. If I can't trust my professional, then why am I'm not gonna go.
yeah. See, that's why I have to check with Renee on things because, again, this is something I haven't been watching,
Mm,
and it's got renewed again, season after season after
yeah.
season. But Renee will tell you the real. She's a real deal Holyfield anyway, and she gonna keep it on the real and tell you, look, this is this is what I'm observing. Don't just see this. You need to see the bigger picture of what's
Mhm.
going on. And I know TLC, they have quite a few, like, black shows too. I
Mhm.
don't think I watch any of them, like, show with people with a bunch of kids. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm bored already. I mean, like, a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
do the 90-day fiance thing so I can yell at
Yeah.
people because I get upset with people who wanna, uh, marry somebody from another country and then go to that country and they act all American. No, that's
Mm,
not a thing. You decided you
yep.
wanted to go to India. You decided you wanted to go to Morocco. You decided you wanted to go to Nigeria. Learn to live there and
Mhm.
peace.
Mm, mhm.
Sis, we've been talking about basketball wives
Right.
and how, for me, the show, no one's a wife.
Right.
But we got somebody else to talk about who legitimately is a basketball wife.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't think this young lady, I use the
Oh,
word
Lord.
young very loosely. I don't believe this young lady is okay, I just need to get on with it. What in the hell is going on? I'm gonna let you start.
Okay. I wanna okay, so you're asking, is this about a particular person who's actually a
So
wife?
I I need to understand what's going on with um what's this guy's name? His name is Joe. I
Joe.
forgot the
Okay.
last name. But anyway, he played
Uh-huh.
basketball and
Mhm.
his
Oh, Joe Smith. Is that Joe Smith?
Smith, come on, Angela.
Ah,
Joe Smith
okay.
and his wife, come on, Renee. What in
Oh
the
my
world?
god.
What in the hell is going on?
Mm, you know, okay, Imma be honest. I went to Tasha K, okay? I went there. Yes, I go there. Yes, Tasha, I watch you, okay? I watch you. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I get caught up into the gossip. Yes, okay? I went
Gotta
I
know.
went to Tasha K, but I have to go there so I can talk to you about these things, right? So, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah, so that'll give me a pass. But I did.
Oh,
I
you get
go
a
to Tasha K and I go
definitely
watch the stuff
pass.
that's on her platform because she's got such great stuff on her platform, even though she's
Mhm.
toxic. Okay. Now, I really was screaming at my computer screen watching this mess. I'm seeing this woman who was supposed to be mad. I can't never remember her name, so you might have to help me out with that. I didn't think she was important enough to really, you know. But
So the name
yeah,
is Kiss
you want to say something?
Major, aka Yasmine Pendavis. Something like
Yeah, see,
that.
that's too much for me to remember. They have all these different sexual names and real names. You never know. But anyway, you guys saw her on Tasha K. And I feel like, why is women feeling like they got to go to social media to share every negative experience you have with your man? That's something that should be shared in private. And I'm not just talking about the women, but the men do it too. But this is a disgrace. You want to go to television. First of all, you got a pretty good man, okay? In my opinion, he played ball. I'm not saying that he hasn't had his infidelity or whatever, but what celeb have we not heard about their scandals? Okay. But I don't think that it was right for her to go and put all this information out to the public. You got a
That was
video of you having a conversation with this man, him not even knowing he being recorded about you having an OnlyFans account.
I
Now,
I I I I don't understand. I need you to explain why would someone do that? Because like you said, seems like a pretty good guy, even in
mhm,
listening to her talk about him.
right.
And so and then me filming my dude and him not knowing that, and then I'm putting it up. That's just you want to
Yeah,
talk about betrayal.
right. And first of all, I'm not going to be the one to judge, but I am judging. I mean, myself, I'm not going to give you my age, but I'm old enough to know that maybe I might not look right being on OnlyFans in that type of way. I mean, I'm not judging anybody's profession, but you can do whatever you want to do. I just felt like, girl, we should be beyond this. Leave that
So
to
what
the people that are just trying to find ways to get themselves established. But right now, you should be established, a businesswoman, a boss. You know, I feel like, why are we feeling like as women we got to resort to going to the trash? It's like, that's what I'm saying. And it's mostly black women. I'm like, stop, y'all. Let's stop. Let's change it. Let's change the game. Let's go build empires. Let's go get into the real world of business. Let's start our own shops. Let's do
Mhm,
more positive media for black people. Let's start our own
mhm,
entertainment
mhm,
places.
mhm, mhm,
Let's start giving women choices other than the strip club to come to, because you
mhm,
are the owner of this place and you can put us on
mhm,
higher pedestals. Like, this is what I have a
mhm.
problem with. Why do we have to feel like because you need money, you got to do trash in order to get it? And that's just
Now
my opinion. I'm not saying I ain't never did things questionable in my life when I was younger, But when I got to a certain age, I felt like, "Nah, I wanna do something different. I want
Right.
people to see me as a grown woman, on grown
Right.
woman status." You know what I'm saying?
So
Um
let's make sure everybody knows what we're talking about here. So Joe Smith is married to a woman named Kiss Major, aka
Mhm.
Yasmine Pendavis, and they've been married since 2018. And so she met him when he was not playing ball. And
Mhm.
so he didn't have the money. And
Right.
so his wife, the woman he's currently married to, this Kiss Major, aka Yasmine Pendavis, is on OnlyFans.
Right.
And she videotapes herself talking to him about it. Now,
Mhm.
Renee, let me say this from the conversations, it appears to me that he is having difficulty ma generating income, and so she did this in order for them to have money in the house. Let's get back to what you said. Why is it this is what we have to do?
Right.
OnlyFans, going to the stripping, go ahead.
Because
I'm
that's
sorry.
what me and the thing is women wanna say, "Why don't people respect me? Why don't men treat me as equal?" Because you do trash, and they see you as you put yourself out there. Because if you take your clothes off every time a man says something nice to you and you don't even give him time to understand your mind, then he's gonna accept you for who you are. He's gonna take you home, he's gonna have sex with you, and you ain't an option to bring home to mama, okay?
That's
That's
it.
just what it is, okay? So if
Preach.
you want somebody to respect you, then respect yourself. Be a boss. Make him have to level up and say, "You know what? I gotta do right because I know she ain't about just having anybody. I gotta make this amount of money in order to be
Mhm.
in her world, you know,
That's
because
right.
she don't play that." We're not giving that option to men. Men are only getting what we're giving them, and that's
Mhm.
the mediocre type of stuff. And as I said before, I'm not judging. I have an OnlyFans account, but you know what my OnlyFans account is about? I go over there and say, "You know, I'm about to change the game. Imma tell women about fibroids, and Imma talk to them about self-care and how to keep yourself healthy and what I should have done better in my life to keep my body in shape, and how can we grow as a community?" These are the things I talk about on OnlyFans, because if I feel like if I can go over there and do something different, then maybe other women might say, "Let me take that same
Awesome.
route, and
That's awesome.
I'll turn into something different, you know,
That's
because
awesome.
if you see a lot of white creators, they're athletic, they're doing yoga on OnlyFans. They're not all of them are not taking off their clothes, but every time we see someone go to OnlyFans in the black community, we got to hear about, "Oh, I just did this sex video for this amount of dollars and I get paid to show my feet. I get paid to add my body parts. I can go get my butt filled, my breast filled, and I'm gonna be the next Kim K." Like, is this what we on? Really?
That ain't even some next level shit. That's some average shit that come on. Eh, girl, you said Kim Kardashian, again, nobody wanted to look like us black folks, and all of a sudden the Kardashians come along. I say the same
Mhm.
thing all the time. Let me be quiet and just put some more lipstick on. Renee, continue.
But I'm just gonna be honest. If a real man comes into your life, or if you see a real man, the average black brother who's got his life together, got his bank account right, they will be looking for the next Angela Rae. They
Mhm,
don't they would wanna marry a Angela Rae. They're not
mhm,
gonna wanna marry the person that they saw on OnlyFans. And they may go to OnlyFans just to get the little rocks off, but they're
mhm,
not looking at you as a wife. They want an
mhm,
Angela Rae.
mhm.
It's that's
You
just what it
know,
is, you know?
this this distinction is funny. I feel like I smelled that distinction a lot on, Basketball Wives, where,
Mhm,
you know, I was engaged. You didn't even have that. Child, I've been engaged 6 times. That ain't nothing.
mhm,
I mean,
mhm, mhm.
Renee, let's get back to, Kiss Major, AKA Yasmin
Yeah.
Pendavis.
Mhm.
Wow. Um,
By the way, how old is she? I don't know. I don't wanna say she should be bossing up, and I don't really know her age, but I'm pretty sure she's not 20 years old.
no, you've got that right because she actually showed a picture of herself when she was younger,
Yeah.
and she said she was a porn star from 1989 to 2006. Um, and, I think she was asked, like, how much money did she think she had, made, and she said probably 1,000,000, but, but you're spending it, and I think it's 1,000,000 over that 1989 to 2006.
Mhm.
And so her grandmother raised her, and she said she was trying to harm herself,
Mm-mm.
and she left at age 15 and went to New York and ran over to 42nd Street.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I when I was younger, I did what I had to do in order to survive because that's what we do."
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's saying that her husband is depressed, and she doesn't have any kids. I think he's got 5 babies out of wedlock. Heavenly Father, can you not stop
Mm-mm.
yourself? Stop!
I know.
Stop
I just think
inserting
it's
penis
ridiculous.
without coverage. Um,
Right.
you know, she talked a lot about what she does and, in any given situation and how much money for given things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Whoo, child, I just I just want women to be I want what you said. The
Yeah.
boss lady,
Right.
understanding, like you said, I am going to create my own industry, whatever that is. If it's the
Right.
entertainment industry, if it doesn't matter, the medical industry, I am
Mm-hmm.
going to do something and have something that is strictly mine that has nothing to do with sexuality, with,
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Um, now,
Now,
I,
can I say this, Ange, if you
yes,
don't mind? Um,
please.
the thing is too, let me make it clear because I'm not against any woman having their own sexuality. Like you can actually be very sexy. I don't have a problem with you being sexy. Black women are one of the beautiful things we've ever seen on this planet. Okay, we are beautiful people in general. All women are beautiful in their own way. So it's nothing wrong with being sexy and showing your
No.
curves and being proud of what you accomplish, especially when you've done something and it's
Mhm,
amazing. But
mhm.
I feel like we don't have to take it to the next level and then
Yes,
we get into the porn industry and stuff. I feel like that's degrading yourself,
yes,
but it's nothing wrong with showing off what you're working with. I ain't got a problem with it. But it's a way to do it and a way not to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can give off a certain type of impression and people think that's what that person is.
right.
And then they can't look past, let's say Kim K, for example. When Kim K said she was going back to law school, the first thing I said to myself, oh, really? That's hard to believe because what I've seen this woman go from Ray J's bed to another man's bed, to another man's bed, to having failed marriages, and now you wanna go to law school.
Well, because she can't go to law school. So, there's that other way of doing it in California where she has to
Right.
work with an established attorney.
Yeah.
And I know we're all over the place, but that's the way me and Renee are. Girl, did you
Yeah.
hear that she's gonna have a television show
Huh.
that she acts in, produce everybody's acting like her turn on American Horror Story is the best acting I've ever seen in my
No,
life.
Kim can't
Girl,
act. Let's
please.
just be clear, she's not an actor, She was
Please.
better off doing the porn than she was the TV shows. I'm just being honest. I enjoyed it, Kim, I watched, but you just but with Ray J, you was a little lazy with Ray J. You really were. And I had to watch, guys, because you wanted my opinion. That's what I do on my podcast. So I had to look. Don't judge
Made
me.
me have to look. You made me have to look.
But it was
So,
horrible. I mean, mm,
you know, there's something that is confusing for me. And
mhm,
we talk about it all the time here at home. And it's someone who has made a large sum of money, $100 million, let's say an athlete, and all of a sudden they're broke. So
right,
supposedly Joe Smith has money issues. And according to this interview, according to his wife,
right.
you watch Love and Hip Hop.
Yes. I
Okay.
started that first. Yeah.
Who's Moniece?
Moniece Slaughter is she was hooked up with Lil Fizz and they ended up being into a long relationship and they had a kid in that relationship. And apparently it was on the street that this Moniece was actually with Joe Smith for a time and she stole some money from him. This is what we found out in Natasha K's interview. And I was shocked. because Moniece, I thought she really had what it takes to actually go far. She was a great musician. She was
Oh.
acting a little bit. Love and hip hop is a ratchet. We know I don't know why they do it, but they did it for whatever reason. It was a paid job. She was young. I give her a pass. But
Mhm.
it's not looking good because now when people attach things to you, it's messy,
Mhm.
you
Right.
know. But Joe, let's be clear, like I said, these black men, they do this over and over again. If you got a woman, be faithful to that woman. Don't go around here being with this woman, that woman. Why do you have to mess up such a good thing when a woman really rides for you? You know, because I've seen women give their all. And this is why now they say marriage really doesn't count anymore. We don't want to be married. The new generation says, no, we've
Mhm.
seen too many bad things. So I'd rather be alone. That's why we don't have commitment.
Mhm.
And it's because of what we're showing people. We don't have any examples. But it's terrible. Joe, you messed up. You know, you lost your money. I mean, I took some man's money once, you know.
Renee.
It was
That's
good
another
money. I
story.
wish I had it now, but I know I
Yeah.
changed. I changed. I have to pray and say, Lord, no, that's not what I'm about anymore. I passed those days.
That's right.
Okay. So I wish
So
I had it now.
supposedly Renee. That's okay. It's coming.
It's comedy,
And to
y'all.
you.
Comedy. Live.
And to you. So supposedly $100,000 was stolen and then the phrase was $100,000 and that cleaned him out. If
Well,
$100,000
how
was
much
all you
money
had.
he have then? That ain't a lot of
That's
money.
hello. So I'm confused by I'm just like,
Mm,
again, when folks give interviews, I listen. And I also note what you say and what you didn't say. Or
mm.
this was said in another, but that brings up this question. That begs the different. Wait a minute, you just said, I think I got a little, you know, threw up in my
Yeah.
mouth when we started talking about all of the celebrities that she's been with. I
Oh
mean,
god.
I don't really care about all that. And
It's nasty though. It's so nasty. Oof.
yeah, and I mean, I'm like, you know, everybody, okay, except your girl Renae and Angie Rae here, we are not professing that we had any kind of relationship with Tupac.
That's
Okay?
right.
These
Now I wish I
2,
did. I wish I woulda known Tupac. I woulda gave him a ride for his life. I really would. But
but
that's
he
another
left us
story.
early. But he left us early, Renee. Missed out on your girl Renee. Let me just
I
say
know.
that.
Mm.
But everybody got to claim some Tupac. So we
Mm,
got Jada over here. He asked me to marry him when he was in jail. Now we got
mm,
this gal saying that she was with him sexually while he
mm.
was engaged to cuz he was engaged. I thought he was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter.
Oh,
Y-
really?
Yeah, I think he
I
was
didn't know
engaged.
that. You know, I don't know about his love life. I just know him as a,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but I heard about Madonna. People said he loved white women.
Say what?
Yeah, Tasha K claims that you know, she got on the streets that he loved white women. Madonna was one of his favorites. He used to write love letters to Madonna. This is what we heard on Tasha K. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was in love with Madonna.
Interesting. Well, Quincy Jones' daughter is very biracial. So maybe that's
Mhm,
as far as he went, just like Quincy Jones. His
mhm,
first wife was very light-skinned black woman. After that, give me the blonde and the skinny. That's what I like. Give me
mhm,
Peggy Lipton,
mhm,
give me Natasha
mhm.
Kinski. Um, interesting. You know when people tell you something and you are like stunned, like I feel like I can't move. Really?
Yeah, he loved
Wow.
Madonna. That's on the streets, child. It's all over the streets. I mean, I'm still trying to get a hold of this letter. I think somebody had a copy of the letter that was written. They had it put it on social media. I'm gonna go see if I can find it after this conversation because that's something we got to talk about next time I come on the show. Um,
So are you gonna tell me that Jada, she didn't mention anything in the book about his proclivities for white women or other folks other than black folks? Interesting.
right. And I'm not gonna take away nothing that Jada says about her relationship with Tupac. But you know what Jada reminds me of? She reminds me of the woman that always wants to think. Sometimes your friends can say, "Girl, he ain't really into you like you think you are, but you believe that in your head." And, like, Jada might be the girl that might be thinking, "Oh, yeah, he's about me. I'm all this and that. I know he just love." She's delusional. That's what they call those people. You really think somebody really riding for you, but really they like, "I like you, but not as much as you think I do." And
Right.
even though we've had experiences, no doubt they probably had great experience.
Yeah.
Jada has a brilliant mind. So
Yeah.
does Tupac, I've heard, had a brilliant mind.
Oh,
And
yeah.
them 2 together, they could do some damage, you know? However, I think Tupac really had his flocks of women, you know, yeah, and if he was around today, I'm pretty sure we'll be hearing about scandals with him with a lot of different women in the streets,
Yeah.
you know, because he's a man first, you know?
Ooh. So I think what was super shitty, shitty bang bang
Mhm.
was you've heard of Kid and Play. Yeah. I've
Ooh, girl,
heard
you
of it.
being messy today, child. I
I'm
ain't got
being
enough
messy
shades for this
today.
today.
I'm like, "You got some more shade? I need some
Ooh,
shades. I'm getting
I
shady."
need about 3 more pills, child.
I'm like, "Okay, let me just" and I will say no more. Okay,
Mm.
whoa. So, it's interesting hearing from an actual basketball wife, you
Right,
know, and this is a woman who married a basketball player when he was not playing anymore. So
right,
I think she said they were both at a BET party and their eyes locked and that was that.
right.
So, she knew he had, what he didn't have, he didn't
Mhm,
have. And as
mhm,
a result, I'm confused as to why the need to tape a conversation you were having with him.
mhm.
Um, and he was very calm.
Right.
Because this is a conversation that could have, um, gotten very out of hand if you're just being told this about someone's just telling you this.
Right.
But I just I think I just don't like disrespect, and, like you said, these are private conversations that should be had between 2 people. Instead, I'm now a party to it, and now I got questions. You
Right.
may
Right.
I can't unsee that, I can't unhear that. You
Mhm.
felt the need to put that out there. So is
Right.
there some kind of book coming out? I mean, when people normally do the tour, like Brother Bilal is doing the
Oh
podcast
god,
tour.
yes. Yes. Mm.
I don't know, Renee.
I can't, it's our brothers going against our brothers, it's our sisters going against our brothers, sisters going against sisters. It's just crazy to me, and the white folks are sitting back and they're saying, "I told you. Don't you see how
And
they act?"
and quite frankly, see how we act? I mean,
Yeah.
what the
And they're giving everybody, uh reason to say exactly how they feel about us because this is what we do. This is what we do. We're known to be over the top with every single thing, and sometimes it's unnecessary.
Right,
Um, and I get it. We're people. We're all different. Yeah, we can be who we want to be. Nobody's trying to make you fit into just a box, but sometimes you gotta you gotta work in the industry where people are comfortable working with you and they're not afraid of you because a lot of people are losing jobs because they feel like, nah, she's not tasteful enough. No, she may say too much. No, it'll be hard to control her, which is why people hate on Beyonce a lot. But Beyonce has the method to how to work in the business. When you see Beyonce, you're not watching um tons of porn videos. When
thank
you
you.
look up Beyonce's name, you're not seeing, you know, it's just crazy to me how and then they wanna get on Beyonce saying she's this, she's that. You can say whatever you wanna say about Beyonce, but even with a family, Beyonce had babies, had a family, she put her family respectably in the light, regardless of whatever happened in their relationship, even though they only put out what they want you to know. Jay-Z cheated, we heard about that in her album. She does it artistically. She's not out here making a fool of herself on social media, showing her ass all over the streets, and then saying, "Okay, buy my music." This is why Beyonce gets a lot of gigs. And people hate her for that. They hate her for that. That's why she's where she is. Beyonce's not gonna respond to the bull crap. She's just gonna watch and she'll get the lawyers on it. That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right. You're right.
that's a class.
Spot
That's
on.
class.
That's
Mhm.
right. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I was reading something about Tina today. Oh, it was Tina talking about, um, I guess Beyonce released a new song to go along with
Mhm.
the movie, and her mom was talking about how Tina slept in the studio because the only reason Beyonce left was to, um, take her kids to school. That was it.
Oh,
She
okay.
take her kids to school and she took a shower. Other than that, she was in the studio for the rest of the night, for the rest of the day. That kind of work ethic, people are jealous of. They see, the thing is she makes it look easy.
Mhm. Mhm.
You make it look easy. I make it look easy. The shit ain't easy.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
then folks wanna rag on you because look at her. She thinks she's cute. This woman works her ass off.
That's off. And she does it respectably. I'm not
Yes.
saying that you gotta agree with every outfit she wears on stage, but she's
Yep.
wearing these outfits on stage. She ain't doing that in public.
That's
If you
exactly
go
right.
look at any picture you saw ever photographed with Beyonce, Beyonce's got something on of class.
Mhm.
She does it
House of Darian.
tastefully.
Mhm. Darian.
I'm just being honest.
Mhm. It's
Now
right. No,
now
you're
as
right.
far as on stage, that's different because you gotta
Right.
perform, you gotta give people what they
Right.
there to see. You're an artist. But she
Right.
gives herself she puts herself out there with class. You don't see her showing her butt, everything up you can look all the way up her skirt, or her skirt is all the way up past her butt cheeks, and she's got 2 kids on her hip. No, she's not doing that. She's being respectful. So,
That's what Houston H-Town. We don't
yeah,
play.
yeah,
Renee, this has really been a great conversation because, we're able to flow from here to there, but still to
yeah,
have the theme of we care about women and we care
right.
about women respecting themselves. And if you
Mhm,
respect yourself, you're going to respect me. But if you don't respect yourself, you're
mhm.
not going to respect me and you're going to be blowing fire on me and just blowing fire when what we need to do is to come together and oh my goodness, if we come together, we will be able to accomplish so much. And
Yes.
that's my plan and my goal in life is to be able to accomplish a lot of things with black women in mind and with black women.
Mhm,
And to be able to model appropriate behavior.
mhm.
In order for me to have this, it's not taken away from you because you're going to
Right.
have that, and that's not taken away from me. So all of this
Mhm.
jealousy, all of this hating is really insecurity. That you're
Right.
insecure and you need to go deal with that because
Mhm,
it's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. Because God got my path worked out, and
mhm.
you're not gonna have anything to do with it. You may be a little gnat that I can flick away. Uh-oh, little Jay-Z that I can flick away, but
You're
I
right.
mean,
You're absolutely right. Absolutely.
it's tough being
100%.
a woman. It's tough
Yeah,
being a
it
woman. I
is.
don't give a damn what race you are, but
Mhm.
it's super tough being a black woman.
Yes, it
And
is.
I know plenty of people of other races who will say amen to what I just said. It is very
Mhm,
hard being a black woman. So much
mhm.
is expected of us. So many stereotypes are out there about us, and everybody has their own personality. And in some ways, I feel like, if you do have more of a razzmatazz personality. Oh, there she is. So, there's a lot. There's
Yeah.
all the stereotypes that are out there about us. There are all the stereotypes that we are leaning into. We just need
Mhm,
to really stop and say, wait a minute, what's our goal? What is my goal? What is it I want to do? When I look at Queen Latifah, I watch her show. She is the Equalizer on
mhm.
television. I just love the way Latifah has handled herself and has managed herself. Renee, what you got?
I love Queen Latifah. I think she's awesome. I think she's one of my favorites. Even growing up and watching her on Living Single, that was one of my favorite shows. I loved
Girl.
her out of all the women on the show. I really did. Her
Oh,
and Max. Yep.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I, uh, I had a chance to interview her, and she was on The Bird. So,
Yeah.
when I'm interviewing, like, especially a musician, I'll use some of their words. So, girl, started my thing, and then I said, "Who you calling a?" And then I introduced her, and her eyes were big. She was like, "Ooh, who you calling a bitch?" I left that part out, but her eyes were big. She thought I was gonna go there.
I
Just my
love her.
love
I do.
too.
Ugh.
and just
Right.
respect her. And she has so much respect in the industry. She's garnered so much respect that I remember I was there when Deborah, what's her name, who ran BET, when she announced that Latifah was going to be heading up. It was a new network that was attached to BET, and it was
Right.
focusing on women, on Black women. I'm like, this is just perfect. This is her brand. Is just, I do positive.
Mhm.
UNITY. Who
Yep.
you calling a
Yep.
bitch? I mean, she just that's who she is, and that's she minds her business.
Right.
Beyonce's minding a business.
Mhm.
Rihanna's
And
minding a
no
business.
matter what, when you mind your business, people gonna attack you because they just right now we're in a generation where no one cares about respect, and
Yep.
that's where we have the issue.
Yep.
It's one thing of giving your opinion, but sometimes people go there to trash you and just to be
Mhm.
negative. I go on people's Instagrams and I see people in their comments following them and they're just saying negative things. I'm like, well, why come to
Right.
somebody's page if you're just
Yep.
gonna go and just be nasty?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
That's
You know?
crazy. That's crazy. Renee, it's always so good to talk to you. Um, I mean, we my emotions run the gamut when I'm with you. I love you so much. You make me laugh so hard. You make me think. You know, you make me want to be a better person. Those are kind of people you want in your life. People who
Right.
they are demonstrating excellent behavior. And, life is hard. And to your point, Renee, we've all made mistakes, you know. Um, Try to learn from them, especially if you made them young. But we're
Yeah.
all human. We all make mistakes. But don't go walking around acting like you're better than me when we're all human
Exactly.
beings and
That's
we're
right.
all subject to fall prey to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
So, but for the grace of God, there go I. That's what I can
Yeah.
say.
That's right.
Um,
And money ain't everything. And pray to God. Pray to God and ask God what you need. Don't go asking these people on YouTube because everybody don't have the answers.
Come
Okay.
on.
Only God can
Come
give
on.
you that. Yeah.
Mm. I don't know how we don't need to end any other way other than saying that.
Mhm.
Go to God. He's got the answer. He's got your path all worked out. And it
Yeah.
doesn't include these shady people. He'll walk you around the shady people, let you know
Mhm.
ahead of time somebody's shady. But,
Yep.
we need to be good people. We need to help each other out because life is hard and life is
Yeah.
very hard for Black women. And so as we are dragging each other down, we're doing everybody else's bidding for them. People just have to sit back and watch. That's
Yep.
that's that's not our people have been through so much throughout history
Right.
that I feel some of the stuff I see is disrespectful to those African American women, those Black
Mhm.
women who were
Mhm.
slaves. They didn't have the choices that Renee and I have. They didn't have the choices that you have.
Mhm.
So I owe it to them to show up a certain way.
Right.
I owe it to them to take on this situation. I owe it to
Right.
them to be a good person,
Mhm.
to be a productive citizen,
Right.
to care about other women like they used to
Mhm.
take care of each other.
Right.
Then all of a sudden we start doing our own shit and forgetting about everybody and
Yeah.
thinking I gotta step on you in order to get mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not down for that at all. And
Yeah.
and I'm serious
Ange,
about
you were in a position where you worked in media for a long time, and you've done such great things, and I'm shocked that I mean, I can tell your humbleness because you don't really speak about a lot. That's just how you are. You just like you're humble. You've always seemed to carry that with you. But you have done some remarkable things in your life, in your career. I mean, and that is something to be proud of. If nothing else, you would be the role model that Black people should follow. When I look at your stuff, I'm like, "Yeah, I wanna be like that. I wanna be the type of woman that I got it together like she has it together." Like, I look at you like that. I know it might sound kinda crazy, but yeah, I do. Uh,
so
you would
sweet.
be the role model that I would look to, follow and for the rest of my life. I think you have everything just laid out right. You did it right. Put it that way.
Oh, Renee, that is so sweet of you.
Yeah,
That was the hand of God, girl. I mean it
yeah.
when I say the hand of God because I remember telling my dad was my last, I think I should have been graduating. I was graduating from law school, and I
Mhm.
called him. I said, "I'm not doing this." He's like, "Well, here's what I know about you. You'll figure it out, and it'll be great." And I did. I figured it out, and I got into the media. That's where I needed to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have to have faith, and you have to know there may be some struggles, but those struggles are important. You have to go through those struggles. Because if I didn't go through any struggle, if Renae didn't go through any struggle, then how can we sit up here and talk to you and try to cheer you on and uplift you? You got to go
Right.
through stuff and know that about yourself too. You have to go through things. You will go through things. And the more steep you are in your faith with God, the more you will be tested. And that's
Mhm.
part of it. And that's
Yeah.
good. Test me because I know who gave me this. I know why I'm
Right.
here. I'm here
Right.
because I'm supposed to do good. When it's time to go home, I will go home. I lost my aunt yesterday. It was time for her to go home. When
Mhm.
it's time to go home, I want to be there. In the meantime, we've got to model good behavior. And Renee, I really appreciate what you said. I didn't deserve any of that.
No,
But,
really, it's true. It's so true.
well,
You have been like a great example of, I mean, I could use you for an example of what Black excellence is. I see a lot of people try to give these celebrities like Oprah and all these other people who I think, yeah, they done great things, but if you really get to know a person and you see what their heart is like I've seen your heart, and I genuinely know even with what you have done in your work, this is an example of Black excellence. That's what I would see that as. Absolutely.
from Black excellence to Black excellence. That's us, Renee.
Mhm.
That's who we are. And while I appreciate all the kind words that you just said about me, please know, back at you. I have never in my life had someone who I enjoyed as much as I do you, Renee. You have so much energy and joie de vivre, and you are so you're such a servant. You have this servant mentality of I want to help people. I want to
Mhm.
help people, and you do it with this open heart. And if the rest of us can be like that, this world would be a better place.
Right.
So we need to strive to be a little bit more like Renee. How about that? Because what you
Sounds
see
good.
here is a sisterhood. And that's what you all need to see. You can be a part of this. And that's what Renee called me on it when I said, I was talking about the circle on the Real Housewives. I'm like, I don't deal in circles. She's like, what you talking about? See, again, a friend will keep you straight. See, and that's what you need. I need somebody to keep me straight. Love me despite me. And she's
Yes.
like, y'all are my community. Y'all are her community. She and I are each other's community. We're each other's circle. If you want to
Mhm.
be in a circle of shitty negative people, please go somewhere else. That's not us.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
again, let me reiterate what Renee said. We are not speaking personally about folks. We are
Yes.
speaking about what they show us.
Right.
If you didn't
Their
show it
their
to me,
work.
well, right.
Their work.
Exactly. Exactly. Renee, we're gonna have to talk again very soon.
Yes.
This was a little too long in between the last time we talked. I'm just gonna let
Mhm.
you know. And
Yeah, I
I
would.
miss you. And so, I'm gonna be expecting to, talk to you at the top of the year. We're gonna need to
Yes.
celebrate a birthday,
Yes.
and then, it'll be time to talk about what's on tap for the new year. Because I'm gonna say this to you. Over the past 2 weeks, the news has been coming at us so fast. A lot of it was because the deadline for filing for the extension to file, claims,
Right.
that for harm in New York was extended for to Thanksgiving was the last day. So we saw a lot of activity, a lot of paperwork, lawsuits being filed, a lot of settling. You saw a lot of that.
Right. Right.
So it has been a lot. And there's been a lot of toxicity out there that we've not even been able to cover. But
Right.
just know that, Renee, we love you on this show. We appreciate you coming and, giving us the real deal because that's who you are, for making us laugh, for making us think, for being your beautiful self with your pretty braids. And, we're gonna talk again at the top of the year.
Right.
It's gonna be hard for me to get through December without you, but Imma
Oh,
try.
you can do it, sis. You can do it. You got so many great things planned. I'm excited for you too. I can't
Oh,
wait for everybody to
thanks.
see it because you really
Oh,
are doing your
thanks.
thing. You really are.
Oh, doing our thing, shucky, shucky. Well, sis, Imma bid you a fond adieu, and Imma go do something. I think I gotta go to the grocery store. Whew, gummit. I got a new boss, and she invited us over her house for potluck. So I
Ooh,
said I'd do some sautéed green beans with shallots. I'm on the hook now.
ooh, sound
So
good.
I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I love you, Renae. We love you here on Girl That's Toxic with
Love
Angela
you
Rae.
too.
We'll see you soon, okay, sis?
Okay, bye.